I mean, unfortunately, man, I don't have any stories like that. But I will say, just on your last story, Justin, that like that bridezilla phase, that doesn't ever end. Like I don't know if either one of you guys are married, but it doesn't matter how long you've been married, whether it's your wedding day or just how many years you've been together. Like you're always going to have glimpses from your wife where okay, well maybe it's just me, where I always get this look and I know, okay, all right, I better not fuck with her or else she's going to beat my ass, or at least try to. But hey, like maybe that's just me. Unfortunately, I don't really like have those kinds of stories. Mostly because like here, all the stories or like just all the people here are pretty violent. But actually, it was I'm trying to think. It was our second week here. We had just moved here, and we went to our local grocery store,
Publix.
And
yeah, Publix is a shit.
Publix. Well, down here it's just shit.
I love it.
Nah, man, like they're like the only store around, and like the chicken sandwiches are great, but everything else is just crappy. Like I haven't been to a single Publix where they have a great selection. Like it's just trash. But this one time, one of our first times going to Publix, there was a couple, or brother sister. I'm guessing they were together. They were on something. There, no judgment per se, but there were like marks all over their face, and you could see like just all kinds of needle marks and stuff like that. And even though it wasn't over some yams, they were fighting over produce. It was like a head of lettuce, and they couldn't decide which one they wanted to get. And the boyfriend was just being like really impatient. Like, yo, I want to just get out of here. Just pick one. I don't care. And the girl's like, no, I have to just go through each one, make sure they're all good and stuff. And so now at this point, we have no friends yet in Orlando. We have all the time in the world. Like we can just waste away and not do a damn thing. So we were just sitting about 20 feet away, just off in the distance. And this whole exchange took about 5 minutes, like 5 to 7 minutes. And we just sat as this woman just meticulously went through every head of lettuce trying to decide. And then you see the boyfriend start like tugging on her arm, like, no, hey, like, let's go. And then you hear like just this screech, like, no. And that's the girlfriend. And she's like, no, I want that. Like, no, we need the right head of lettuce. And the boyfriend's like, no, we got to go. And I kid you not.
I didn't realize produce was causing so many problems in people's lives.
You know what's funny, Shiner?
Never seen the other side.
What I actually see in this now with that wife and that husband is there's a freaking meme going around Facebook with this chick that just looks 10 degrees further than crazy, pointing and screaming at whatever she's screaming at, and then there's a cat on the other side.
Oh, the cat meme.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I see this head of lettuce chick as that blonde-headed bitch in that picture, and the husband's a cat.
Well, all right. So instead of her like pointing the finger like in that meme, the lady pulls out from her back pocket a blade, and she holds it to her dude's neck. And I'm like, whoa, what is happening? And keep in mind, like, everybody else around is just walking, paying no mind, like, no attention, like it's normal.
Because it's Florida, man, because it's Florida. That shit happens all the time.
So I'm like, okay, this doesn't seem right. But if everybody else is just getting along to get along, then I'm just going to walk away. And that's what we did. So it's just like, it was just like, that was my ultimate welcome to Florida moment. Like, okay, so two things. So three things. The drivers are crazy. It rains all the time, and don't be surprised if you see somebody pull a knife on their significant other. Like, that is just a common thing. And that wasn't the first time I've seen violent threats of domestic disputes. Not that it particularly matters, but most times it's woman on man.
Yeah,
most times I've noticed, at least here.
Here in Oklahoma, it's completely different. There's no domestic that goes on at the grocery store. It's just, well, it's mainly Shiner and me. You've heard Shiner stories about Walmart Neighborhood Market, which is kind of like a Publix. Yeah. But then there was my story last weekend. Shiner and I got together. We were watching Bedlam. Bedlam in Oklahoma is the most important game of the year. You have Oklahoma University versus Oklahoma State University. It happens every single year. Shiner has a nice tattoo on the back of his calf from a game that he lost once.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, so anyways, so I'm at the grocery store, right? And I buy a few things that I need, and then I'm going to head to Shiner's house. I get to my pickup, I pull out, and my wife had said, Shiner said he needs some ice, and I was like, well, I don't have any more ice. I've put all my ice in my cooler. So I pissed off, and I drive back around the park, and I go back in the store and get a bag of ice, and I'm going to check out. And if you ever do the self-checkout, you scan the barcode, and you put the ice over to the side, and then you hit yes, okay, I'm finished, and then you go through on how to pay. Well, I hit the yes, I'm finished button and paid by card. And then it kept asking me to go hit the yes, I'm finished button. And I'm like, but I already did that. I'm ready to swipe my card. And finally, after about 4 tries, the thing got done. I looked over at the guy, because I'm late at this point getting to Shiner's house by like 45 minutes. And I look over at the guy and I said, your machine here is retarded. And I turned to walk out, and I can hear him whisper behind me, perhaps it's the user. Oh, hell no. I dropped the ice on the floor right where it was and went back up to him, touching noses with him. And I said, say it again, motherfucker.
You're still angry.
Say it again.
You're still pissed.
I'm still pissed about it. And he didn't say anything, but he's motioning his hand like for some other worker to come here. So I'm sure they're getting ready to get a hold of the grocery police and all that bullshit. And so I just turned, pick up my ice, and walked out the truck. And Shandy was like, what's wrong? I was like, what's wrong? I said, shut up. I got to hurry and get out of here. So I'm hurrying to get out, and I come to a stop sign. There's this Chevrolet pickup with one headlight, no grill. I don't know if they're turning or going straight. And so I assume that they're going to turn since they're slowing down. And then because that's the side that didn't have the headlight nor a turn signal. So I go to pull out, and then they start honking at me, and his wife flips me off. This happens right after the grocery store, so I was like, oh, it's over with now. So I was getting ready to follow him. Now, granted, keep in mind, I'm in a brand new, and when I say brand new, I mean brand spanking new Chevrolet Silverado that I'd had, Shiner, a week?
Yeah, maybe 2, maybe.
Maybe. And I was getting ready to give chase, man. And Shandy looks at me and points that finger with that look. You remember you guys were talking about that look?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
Wife, yeah.
I saw it. So,
Man.
yeah. Then I promptly drove to Shiner's house and walked in the door.
The best part about this is people are not hearing about me spinning off in public. Now it's you spinning in public. So
I know,
it's
right?
Not just me that this happens.
I can't freaking figure it out. But
I do have one more story for you.
Okay, go ahead.
So when Kyle told me that's the lettuce story, it reminded me of this time where sometimes late night I would have to come in and do a complete cleanse out of our refrigeration cases.
Oh, yeah, of course.
We'd sit there. This is an all-night job. So my brother-in-law happened to come in around 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock at night. And he came in to keep me company for a little bit, which I thought was pretty cool. So we're sitting there talking, and this random black guy comes up. He's like, hi, how may I help you? He's like, Yeah, I need to get me some of the mustard green. Now, obviously, I know collard greens are more prominent in the African American culture, but I was like, okay, yeah,
Mustard greens will do in a pinch.
I went over there. I retrieved the mustard greens and came back, and I handed it to the nice guy, and he looked at me and said, "Hey, man, thank you much, because without this, I ain't getting no pussy tonight." And then just turned around and walked away. And I went, my brother-in-law now just turns and just walks the opposite direction and trying to hold back his laughter. I'm sitting there with a smile on my face trying to think, this is the most surreal moment I've ever had in my life.
At that moment, those were the most valuable mustard greens on the face of the planet.
You have no idea. I did not know how important those mustard greens were in that moment for that man's life.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, seriously, if mustard greens, nut shot. Mustard greens, nut shot, right? So
he unknowingly turned you into his wingman. You helped him score that and seal that deal.
You know, I never would have thought about it like that. So you said that just now,
bro. Yeah, he was Iceman. Now he couldn't shoot shit. You had to go shoot all the shit for him. But he was Iceman. He thought he was shit hot. So there you go.
You know, I sat there and I started racking my brain thinking of everything else in God's green earth that would make his woman happy. It was mustard greens.
She was, you know, I don't know. Either she, wow, shit. Yeah, either she pregnant or she fatter than hell.
Well, this dude was kind of homely. This guy was kind of homely. And I was looking at him going, not a problem, sir. You go. And I looked back at him and I said, you go get yourself some, as he was walking away.
Yeah, and I got to say here, coming from the South, I moved here from Atlanta. I went to a party called Freaknik every year. Pretty much the only white guy there.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so I've been around my brothers and sisters, and the one thing that I can tell you is, never has there ever been, in my life and in my experience, never has there ever been a skinny sister who could cook a green worth of shit. They all big women.
They gotta have a little weight on them.
Yeah, they got to be big women to cook greens good. So,
well, hey, listen to this. So, during this point in time at Wegmans, I was also like a chef, where I was at the meal station, where I would make meals and say, my spiel would be like, "Hello, my name is Justin Time. I'm today up here. I got collard greens." And
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Now you said just in time. It is THYME to go with the food. Did you hit that little ringer?
TYME.
Okay, so you would have been the THYME for the herb as you're cooking.
Yep.
That would have been priceless.
That would have been a nice tie-in right there.
Okay, I digress. Go ahead.
By all means. So I'd say it's so easy. I'm not a chef. I don't play one on TV, but if I could do it, you guys could do it too. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm sitting there and I serve out these collard greens, and I had these two very nice black ladies come up to me, and she said, and I quote, and I'm quoting, "Ain't no white boy can cook no collard greens." They ate the collard greens and went, "Damn, white boy can't cook collard greens." And they sat there and ate it and had like two more samples of my collard greens. And there is no higher praise anywhere than having somebody say, "White boy can." Oh my God. Like I my heart filled with so much pride.
Now, as a resident black guy on the show, I'm going to say this, right? So yes, that is like the second highest honor you could get as a white guy.
Yeah, because eat pussy like a lesbian is the first one.
I mean,
you lost him. He's gone now.
You lost him.
You lost him.
Hey, okay, I meant, I should specify, I meant in the cooking realm. That's what I meant. Just in the cooking room, all right? I can't get into the other stuff. I don't know the first thing about that, man. I don't even know.
Wait a minute.
Gives up.
You don't know nothing about that. What are you, black?
Yes. Yes, I am. But that don't mean anything, though. Like, I don't know.